He's got a plus fastball, plus secondary stuff, and a plus mustache. Spencer Strider, 16 punch-outs last night against the Rockies. Most strikeouts in a single game in franchise history, surpassing John Smoltz, who struck out 15 twice, including my birthday in 92. That was a wild birthday. I was 13. I remember that. Time now for Film Room, powered by Google Cloud. So the Braves had a terrific rotation back in 1998. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, our friend John Smoltz. That's Denny Nagel right there. I can't forget him. Kevin Millwood. And then, of course, Smoltz. So 1 through 5, they were loaded in a rotation that, for a while, the Dodgers had a top-heavy rotation, but they had length in this rotation. Nagel, Millwood, Nagel with a 3.55 ERA, Millwood over 4. This was also the steroid era. May I remind you of that? So Maddox's 2.22 ERA and Smoltz's ERA and Glavine's ERA, just remarkable for that era of baseball. But as we take a look at the Braves rotation today, which, by the way, they're on pace to win 99 games. That's 11 more than last year. They won the World Series last year. That team in 98 won a franchise record 106 games. With Spencer Strider emerging, Dan, he has the best stuff in the rotation. Kyle Wright has more wins than any pitcher in baseball with 17. The ace of the staff is Max Fried with an ERA around 2.5. Charlie Morton leads the staff in strikeouts. He's still wiping people out with his secondary stuff. He still throws 95. And there's a guy named Soroka who was the ace for 3 years who's coming back. He's making rehab starts as we speak. So these 4 add Soroka, that 1 through 5, compared to 98. Which one would you take?
I want the 98 team. And mainly because maybe I'm stuck in an era. When you go back, if you could show that first graphic of the innings pitched by those Brave starters. 250, 220, 190. They posted up every 5 days. Look at the innings pitched. 251 in the third, 167 for Smoltzy. Tom Glavine, 229. Denny Nagel, 210. Kevin Millwood, their number 5 starter, 174 in the third innings pitched. So I don't think there's any comparison, but I get where you're going. Talent-wise, it's hard to say talent when you have 3 guys that we saw in that graphic that are in the Hall of Fame.
I get it, but we got to hone in on a postseason series, okay?
Yes.
Look at the talent. Look at the stuff coming out of their hand. Don't give me the regular season innings. That's a different conversation. You have to win a World Series with one of the 2 collections of starters, 1 through 5. The 98, 1 through 5. I love swing and miss, or what we have right now with the Atlanta Braves.
Greg, I want the 1998 Braves. And listen, I get where you're going.
They didn't win the World Series in 98.
I know they didn't win the World Series in 98, but you're talking about one of the all-time great starting rotations. To compare this cast of characters for the Braves, talent-wise, I'm buying into everything that you're saying, but there's no way that you can compare the 2022 Braves to the 1998 Braves. There is no Greg Maddux on the staff. There is no Tom Glavine on the staff yet. But I will say this.
Max Fried, Tom Glavine's not a bad comp. Fried with more swing and miss.
He has a while to go yet before we can talk about Max Fried being Tom Glavine.
What I love about Spencer Strider, his stuff reminds me of John Smoltz when Smoltz was a closer.
But now he's the starter, though.
Spencer Strider is pitching like Smoltz when Smoltz was a closer, and he's doing it for 8 innings, Bo.
And he's holding his velocity for 8 innings. He's able to spin that breaking ball. He's able to throw it backdoor to lefties. He's able to back foot it to lefties. He goes strike to ball to righties. It's unbelievable swing and miss stuff. The one thing that I will say, at some point, he's going to have to get to the inner third of the plate against right-handers, or he's going to stop getting that swing and miss off the plate.
He might have the most explosive fastball right now of any starting pitcher. You know pitching better than anybody.
I will say this. When I watch him throw, if you didn't know and you flipped the game on and there was no scroll on the bottom to know what inning it was, when you watch him, the ball comes out, he profiles. You look at him, you think he'd be a reliever.
Yes.
You think he'd be an 8th or 9th inning guy because he is in attack mode, and that's what I love about him. Basically a 2-pitch guy. He'll throw probably 70% fastballs. He'll mix that breaking ball in early. It's a hard breaking ball. But I'm going to tell you what, in the 7th and 8th inning yesterday, he was flipping some breaking balls up there that were unhittable. They were they almost looked like split fingers. They were going straight down. When you have two pitches like that, and he has that it factor right now. And you're, hey, what's that it? That it is when you need a little extra, and it's there. And his ball just gets through the zone. You know, I tell you this phrase all the time when I tell young kids playing catch. When you're pitching, throw the ball through the glove, not to the glove. He throws the ball through the glove.
Through the glove, through the umpire, and through the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It is incredible. They've got a high upside. So in 98,
they do.
Those guys in 98 were established stars, right? None of them were young pitchers. Other than Charlie Morton, they've got a high upside. I mean, the sky's the limit. They've got great stuff. The one thing I will give you, 98, those guys, that collection of starters, they could act. Watch.
Hey, we got Cy Young winners over here. Come on, Alice. Step into it. Chicks dig the long ball.
You see his bare back.
Step into it. Exactly.
Step into it. It is so good. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's one of my favorite Nike commercials of all time.